Hello, it's Jo here from Shalem Health Retreat. Today we're going to be making an incredibly delicious yet very, very simple dessert, and it's called apple and oat bake. And I'm sure you're going to love it. I'm sure it will become a family favourite with you all because it's so simple but so very, very tasty. And so let's get into it. The first thing we want to add to our bowl is 2 cups of rolled oats. We usually associate that with a breakfast, but today we're going to be using it in this dessert recipe. We've got a cup of chopped dates. I've just used walnuts, some Brazil nuts and a few almonds in there, but any nuts that you have to hand. Just remember to make them raw. We want to be purchasing those raw nuts, not with any added salt or any added oils, just in their raw state, which is going to be most healthy for us. So a cup of nuts that I've just roughly chopped up. Next, we want to add 2 apples that I've just popped in the Thermomix, just whiz them up with the skin on. You don't need to peel them. So we know what the old saying is, don't we, about apples? And it's certainly true. When we eat this way, whole food, plant-based eating, we can certainly do our best to keep the doctor away. All right, now next we're going to add half a cup of chopped up dates. This is going to give a beautiful sweetness flavour, a datey flavour to this dessert recipe, and a cup of sultanas. And that will go in like so. And then lastly, we have a cup here of shredded coconut. And I get my shredded coconut organic from Honest to Goodness. You can go online and check out Honest to Goodness. They have an amazing range of whole foods, and they're very economical when you buy them in bulk. And they do have free shipping for over a certain amount. So just check out Honest to Goodness. Now, the great thing about this dessert, this apple and oat bake, and any desserts that we make at Shalem, is that you can also have them as a breakfast. Because when you think about it, a lot of the ingredients that we're using in this recipe, we actually do associate with breakfast, like dates and walnuts, rolled oats, apples. This is a particular favourite of mine in wintertime because I have it hot out of the oven with custard over it. So it's extremely healthy and it's real comfort food. It's just so yummy to just tuck into this when it's on a cold day, and you can get something warm into your belly. So we're just mixing it all up like so. And as its name suggests, we actually are going to bake this. So we want to pop it in a Pyrex dish like so. And we're just going to pour that all in to our dish. So easy, isn't it? It really doesn't need to be difficult or complicated when we cook this way. In fact, my auntie who came to stay with me for a while, she said she's never done so much chopping as when she's cooked with me. And that really is the most time-consuming part of plant-based cooking, is chopping up all the fruit and veggies and dried fruit and things like that. But if you've got a Thermomix, if you've got a food processor, you can just blitz it in that, and that will save you time as well. All right, so that is looking amazing in there. And what we're going to do now is we want to make sure that this is all deliciously cooked and baked. And we're just going to add 1 litre of soy milk. You can use any non-dairy milk, oat milk, almond milk would go very well with this. I'm using soy. And we're just going to smother this with the soy milk. It really is, like, I call it porridge on steroids, because it's got all of that beautiful apple, shredded coconut, all that delicious dried fruit in there. And so that's simply going to go in the oven on 180 degrees for about 50 minutes to 1 hour. And then I will show you the finished product when it comes out. Well, our apple and oat bake has come out of the oven, and doesn't it look amazing? It smells magnificent. I can't wait to tuck into this. So I'm just going to plate it up now. And it's beautiful and crispy on the outside and rich and creamy and smooth on the inside. And as I said before, the apple and oat bake, whilst I'm using it as a dessert for this meal, you can also use it as a breakfast. And I just love it on those cold wintry nights or mornings when it's raining, and you can just have this as beautiful comfort food, but very, very healthy. So you don't need to feel guilty. Now I've just quickly whizzed up some custard in the Thermomix. If you want the recipe for this custard, just look in the description. It's very easy, only 3 ingredients. It's beautiful, beautifully rich and creamy. And wow, look at that. That's just going to go over our apple and oat bake. And of course, we want some fresh fruit on this to just add to the flavour, the texture, the colour, because we eat with our eyes, don't we? So I've got some fresh blueberries, fresh raspberries, and can't forget the banana. So we're just going to pop some banana over the top. And the thing I love about this recipe, one of the things I love about this recipe, is that there's no refined sugar in this. All of the sweetness comes from the dates and sultanas, and the ingredients that we've used, they're all things that you would normally have in your kitchen pantry. You know, sultanas, dates, shredded coconut, nuts, and rolled oats. But when you put all of that together into this dish, it's a taste sensation. So there you go, the apple and oat bake with soy custard.